how to get rid of cicadas, and when do they come out? Some cicadas emerge from the ground every year, while others operate on a 13 or 17-year cycle. There's no way to totally stop cicadas, but they don't bite or sting, and they do minimal damage to most plants, so a little diligence and damage control is all that's needed. That's why we're here to give you the best tips on preventing cicada damage and getting rid of cicadas, and also give you an overview on these occasional critters so that you know what to expect during the next cicada season. Cover smaller plants with mesh bug nets. Cicadas aren't considered a huge threat to your plants and won't typically cause damage by eating them, but they do lay eggs inside plants, which can overwhelm the smaller ones. Drape mesh or patch any holes in your home to prevent cicadas from entering. Cicadas prefer to feed, lay eggs, and mate near plants and out of doors, so indoor infestations are rare. Cover any open pools and move patio furniture indoors. Cicadas are mostly interested in your shrubs and trees, even if they're not necessarily eating them. Perform yard work in the morning or at dusk. Male cicadas vibrate and sing to attract mates. Some contractors have reported their power tools attracting cicadas as they vibrate similarly to cicada song. Wait until after a cicada year to plant new trees. Young trees are more at risk for cicada damage, so it's generally recommended that if you plan to plant anything new, you do it after a cicada season or 2 years beforehand. Prune and dispose of any plants with cicada eggs. About a week after the cicadas appear, venture out and examine your plants. Mature trees usually don't need any help recovering, but inspect younger plants for small, 1 in 2.5 centimeter scars where cicadas burrow and lay eggs. Use shears to prune these away and discard or burn them to prevent further damage. Remove any cicadas from your house manually. Cicadas are large, so they might give you the ick, but it also means they're slow and easy to capture. Use your hands, a bug net, or even the old slip of paper under a cup trick to catch a cicada that's found its way indoors and release it outside. Remember, they won't hurt you. Hose down trees or other property to knock down cicadas. While cicadas don't pose a threat to large trees, porches, patios, or other property, you can impede them by spraying them with a hose. Avoid using insecticides, which are ineffective. Since cicadas are fairly harmless and other preventative measures like nets are more effective, experts typically recommend against using pesticides, which don't tend to work very well against cicadas anyway, and may harm other beneficial insects. Wait for cicadas to leave on their own. The best remedy for cicadas is time. After all, they're something of a force of nature. There's no way to totally prevent them, and they disappear on their own once their above-ground life cycle runs its course. Rake and reseed your lawn after the cicada season. Cicadas emerge from burrows in the ground that may make your lawn unsightly. Luckily, you can simply rake over these burrows to conceal them, then sprinkle grass seed, or your seed of choice, over the area to restore it to its pre-cicada state. Cicadas don't sting or bite and aren't poisonous. Don't worry, you won't get chomped or stuck by a cicada. They may be fairly large and can be off-putting for many, but they don't pose any threat to humans or other animals, so you, your children, and pets are safe. They're not even poisonous, so if your pet samples one, it's no big deal. Cicadas don't usually kill large trees or plants. Cicadas only pose a threat to small shrubs or young trees, since they make scars in these in which they lay their eggs. The big tree in your yard that's been there for years shouldn't be a concern, but bring in any smaller potted plants and cover others with netting. Cicadas will emerge in the spring and summer of 2024. In 2024, 2 different broods or batches of cicadas will emerge from the ground. It's hard to say when exactly, but they'll emerge in the spring and summer, and likely in a 2 to 3 week time frame in May or June, or even late April. The cicadas will mostly originate in Illinois. Both broods are based in Illinois. Brood 13 emerges in northern Illinois, while White Tint is a southern Illinois brood. That said, cicadas will be present in many neighboring states, including Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, and Arkansas, and may find their way as far west as Oklahoma, or even east to the coast. Cicadas emerge annually, or every several years, based on type. Some cicadas emerge every year, and these are called dog day, or annual cicadas. Periodical cicadas, or cicadas that emerge on cycles of 13 or 17 years, are smaller and have more prominent red or orange coloring. Cicadas lay eggs in trees. After they emerge, cicadas will hang out in trees to look for mates. Once mated, they scrape at tree bark and lay eggs inside the scars, where they hatch after about 6 weeks. Then, after a month, the adults die off and fall out of the trees.